Deep, do you have any question?
Yeah, I do. Greetings
Arnold, yes.
greetings to the moderator and the guest. My question is, how should we prepare for the SSC assistant archaeologist, and what should be our strategy considering that only 2 months or maybe even lesser are left for the exam?
The best strategy would be like it is person centric. I don't know what are your pros and cons, your strengths and weaknesses. Someone might be a good mathematician or his reasoning aptitude is good, but general knowledge or English, basic English rules and regulations like active passive rules and direct indirect rules, how to find errors in any sentence. So the answer would be very subjective because I don't know what is your background. So I would give a general answer. It would apply to all the applicants here. That you time now, as you have already mentioned, is less than 2 months now. So you can start focusing on the best part of your like out of the 4 components. You can always know yourself that you are scoring more in English or you are scoring more in GK or in maths. So you need to focus on that topic where you have a stronghold right now because you don't have enough time to complete this entire syllabus of SSC because the syllabus is burst. Once you have gained your confidence that okay, now my one portion or two portions are completely done, I have covered like multiple mock tests or previous years papers I've done, I'm getting good score in those in that given time because the key in SSC exam is the time management because imagine solving 100 questions in 60 minutes. So getting less than 35-36 seconds for one question. So you have to make your own time management. If you think you are good in maths, start finishing maths first. If you think you are good in English, start doing English first. If you are good in reasoning or GS, GK, start doing those portions where you think you will get less. You will need less time to solve all the questions. And my personal strategy which I followed that SSC has 0.25 negative mark. It is 1/4, which is otherwise all the other reputed organizations like UPSC, they have 1/3 negative marking. So out of 4 wrong answers, they are going to cut 1 marks in SSC for you. So if you don't go for blind guesses in the exam, if you have no clue about the answers, especially in GK, because either you know the answer or you don't know the answer. In reasoning or English, you may try to solve out the answer and you may come to a possible answer out of the 4 because we also follow elimination technique while solving any competitive examination because this is a very competitive examination because hundreds and thousands of students are going to apply because the vacancy is happening after almost 7 years now. So whomsoever is thinking to get into ASI are now eligible and they are applying. So I know there would be thousands of applicants. So it completely depends on you. What are your strengths? And if you don't know the answer, you have no idea about the answer, don't go for blind guesses because it is going to hit you hard because out of 100 you have solved 60 questions right, but you have marked 40 questions wrong. So these 40 questions are going to hit you your selection because then you will cut your 10 marks from your 60 numbers. So you need to understand how the negative marking hits you badly when it comes to selection because you might be 0.25 numbers less than the cutoff and then you would be out of the selection consideration zone. So marking wrong blind guesses until and unless you are having a very fair idea of the possible answers. This is my personal opinion to all the aspirants. And now the time is less, so try to go for all those topics and all those parts of that SSC, maths, reasoning, GK or English, which you think are your strong points, so that at least you get 22, 25, 23 questions correct out of those 25 questions, rather than delving into a completely new domain. You have no clue about maths, then I won't suggest now within 2 months you start gaining mastery over maths. But the math is not that much tough. They don't ask you 12th class ka maximum minimum or integration differentiation. They ask you very basic simple questions. It does not need any special kind of training. You need to be a mathematician, Ramanujan, to solve SSC level math. It is not very hard.
Right.
Or even reasoning also. They ask you very basic questions that suppose you were walking in that direction and then you turn to a left and then you again turn to left. Now, what direction you are facing to? So this is a very common questions. So you look into the options and you need to find the possible most probable answer, and you just need to finalize your answer. So the level of SSC is not very tough, but the competition is tough because it is not a
Right.
qualifying examination. The cutoff will vary on the numbers of the applicants and on the level of the examination. So then you need to beat the remaining competitors to get in the cutoff list. So there,
Right.
that is why it is tough exam, because the competition is tough.
Okay.